Hello, welcome back to the pod, everybody. I'm your host, Jake Brown. This is Cornfield Confessional. It is Monday evening. We're going to be talking Nebraska basketball first. Got some big news to share. Want to get into Husker transfer portal targets, and then we're going to move to baseball. Husker baseball had a tough week. We'll go into the details on their series at Oregon, what they have coming up next. So let's dive right into it. Pryce Sandfort, baby, returning to Nebraska for his senior season. This was the biggest news we could have hoped for. He was our number one guy we wanted to retain on this roster. First team All Big Ten, sharpshooter. You see he shot 42% from three this past season. You see his stats. This is huge. This is huge. He is getting sports hernia surgery right now, but him deciding to forego the NBA draft to return is humongous. I mean, he was the biggest piece of this roster that we wanted to have return. So getting him, Frager back, Connor Esigian, let's get into what the Huskers have returning. And this will include Sam Orm and our two new high school recruits coming in. So Braden Frager back, Pryce Sandfort back, Connor Esigian coming back. He was granted more medical eligibility because of his injury. Sam Orm from Belmont, Cale Jacobson, Leo Curtis, Will Cooper, Henry Burt, and then the two new high school recruits, Colin Rice and Jacob Lanier. So with that, we still need a point guard, a center, and likely another power forward. So Nebraska, as of right now, has 5 roster spots still open. So we still got work to do. Let's talk about some of our targets. So Tyreek Coleman out of Illinois State, 10 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 6'2", 175. He visits Nebraska tomorrow through the 15th. He's also taking visits to Utah State, K-State, and Iowa. So he's a combo guard, looking at him to replace Hoiberg and Jamarcus Lawrence. Next, a guy I've talked about already, Trevon Leonhardt from Utah Valley, great defender, great distributor of the basketball, smart player. He's already visited Nebraska. The crystal ball's trending towards us. You look at his stats, 13 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals per game. He was an all-conference player, all-conference defender. I know he comes from Utah Valley, but this is the type of kid that Hoiberg has a lot of success with. Smart player, does it all on the stat sheet, plays great defense. So hopefully we can lock him down. The big one, I've talked about him a bunch, Drew Fielder. He visited this past weekend, took a visit to Washington right after. It's going to be between us and the Huskies, baby. But this is our top portal target. The center out of Boise State, 14.7 points per game, almost 6 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. This would be huge to replace Rank Mass. 6'11", 225. I've watched his film. He's got quicker feet than Rank Mass. Not quite as good of a passer, but he's better finishing through contact, and he's quicker. He just is. He's got more bounce. He moves better inside of the paint. So I would love to get him. The crystal ball is trending towards the Huskers. Next one, Malik Mack, point guard. This is a new guy that I've heard about out of Georgetown, combo guard, 6'2", 175. You see he's a highly touted transfer, 4-star recruit, 70th overall in the portal. But you look at his numbers, 13.6 points per game, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, almost 1 steal per game. His one downside, he turns it over a bit too much, but I think that's something Hoiberg can work with him on. So that's the newest guy that came into the realm of guys we're looking at. But Nebraska still needs to add that point guard to replace Hoiberg and Lawrence. Still need to replace Rank Mast. And probably likely going to get a couple more power forwards to replace Burke and Jared Garcia and everybody else. So that's all the basketball news. Let's get into Husker baseball. They had a tough week. We are now 27-9 on the season, 12-3 in conference. We dropped out of the top 25 polls as we lost 2 out of 3 games to Oregon on the road. Oregon was 21st in the country. This was a great series. Every game was close, came down to the wire. Nebraska finished with 33 hits and 7 home runs in this series. So, yes, we lost 2 out of 3, but it was highly competitive. So, game 1, Nebraska lost 7-6. This was an odd game. There were rain delays throughout. The Huskers battled but couldn't get it done. Then game 2, Nebraska won 10-8. tons of hits for the Huskers. Then the third and final game, Oregon holds off 5-4. So a very competitive series. Again, Nebraska hit the shit out of the ball. 33 hits, 7 home runs. It was just our relief pitching that couldn't get it done. Tomorrow we play Creighton once again. We've beaten them before. It's another home game for the Huskers. Creighton is 18-15. I was actually in Omaha this past weekend for my nephew's basketball tournament. Got a firsthand look at their baseball stadium, which was pretty cool. So Creighton tomorrow night, and then this weekend, Creighton first, 18-15, and then this weekend, another huge series against the USC Trojans. They're 30-7, ranked 12th in the country. They've won 3 in a row, 22-1 at home. Let's dive into the stats, compare it to the Huskers. So their team batting average, not overly impressive, just 264 as a team. You compare that to Nebraska, who's hitting 313 as a team, so Nebraska has the hitting advantage, but this is where USC is good. Their team ERA is 3.36. Nebraska's 4.61. So USC has probably one of the best pitching staffs in the country. Let's talk about their hitting leaders. So their one guy hitting over 300 is Kevin Takuchi, batting 319 with 10 doubles, 2 homers, 31 RBIs. Then you got Adrian Lopez, 294 with 4 homers, 27 RBIs. Augie Lopez is their power hitter, 278, 10 homers, 31 RBIs. And then Andrew Lamb, 258 with 7 homers, 22 RBIs. Now, pitching leaders. Their ace, Mason Edwards, is a stud. 6-0 on the season, 1.35 ERA, 95 strikeouts. Likely going to face him one of these games. I don't expect us to win that one. Their next guy up, Grant Govel, 7-0 with a 2.13 ERA and 57 strikeouts. So their top 2 pitchers are undefeated. Both have ERAs under 2.5. Then Andrew Johnson, 3-1, 3.66 ERA with 47 strikeouts. So a fantastic pitching staff. Their hitting is middle of the pack. So my prediction, I'm taking the Huskers. We're back at home. I think we'll win this series 2-1 to get back on track. We have too much hitting. Oregon, hitting-wise, was every bit as good as Nebraska. And you saw that if you tuned into any of the games. They were keeping up with us. Even though Nebraska was hitting the crap out of the ball, they were hitting just as good. USC, not as good hitting-wise. They only got one guy hitting above 300. They got 2 power hitters. The rest of their lineup is so-so. So I see Nebraska at home, where we're 15-1, taking the series 2-1. I just think we have too much hitting. And for a 3-game series, they're not going to bottle us up. So I'm picking the Huskers 2-1 over the Trojans. I think that'll move us back into the top 25 and get things back on track. I also think we'll take care of Creighton at home tomorrow night. So that's all I've got. Remember to like, subscribe, tell your friends and family and fellow Huskers about my channel. Thank you for that. Make sure to leave comments. Let me know your thoughts on Husker baseball, basketball, transfer portal news, who you want us to nab, anything like that. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great week. And like always, go Big Red, baby.